You when I'm playing, blah 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 blah.
No,
you when you're playing, shut up! I have to focus.
You can talk however you want, but I might not be able to listen too much because I'm trying to focus real hard.
That's okay. I want to go get a drink.
How do I shoot again? Oh, I got it.
And you have to push forward to go faster on the left stick.
Hmm. Oh, I accidentally missed those.
You want a drink of any kind?
I got my soda. Soda! I am drinking a Coke Zero Vanilla. Everyone, I died. It is very delicious. I love vanilla flavored things. I'm probably speaking too quietly for you. I'll have to turn this up. But what I was trying to say, I love vanilla flavored things.
Why are you talking? You said you had to focus.
I was just telling the people that I love vanilla flavored Coke.
What are you, like the king?
Yeah, I'm the king from The Unfinished Swan.
That was a great game.
That game was absolutely incredible.
You were yelling again.
I love that game.
Quiet down.
Can you tell them how much I love that game?
Yeah, you're yelling. You go so back and forth. Earlier you were saying something, I don't remember what it was. I think it was something about sea life, and you were like, and that's why I hope that people enjoy it. You know, I think it's really interesting. And then you're like, Unfinished Swan! Yeah! Woo!
It's a great game! I highly recommend it for anyone who loves artistic and abstract sort of games that are super chill.
You can hit up arrow to heal as you go.
Oh, okay. Gosh, this is a lot to handle. Go behind those rocks so they can't shoot you.
3 more?
Oh, man.
Oh no!
Just try and avoid them best you can. Try going behind rocks whenever they're around.
I got both.
Good.
Okay. You can include some of this. Because I think we are further than we were.
No, I definitely think we are too. Oh my gosh, I was so worried we were gonna die.
I know, but I couldn't get on it. It like pushed me off.
That's okay, that's okay.
It was like a freaking magnet. It like pushed me away.
We're still alive and that's all that matters.
Oh my gosh, this is awful. Wait, so now I'm back here? What? I thought I already did this.
Oh, we got a checkpoint. Oh my gosh.
Another one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Thank goodness.
It's really difficult. Come on. Okay. Choices in games. I went on the left path instead of the right path. Come on. Am I gonna... Is this the jump where I make the train? Yeah. Oh, this is... Oh, no. Oh, jeez. That would murder you.
Yeah, it would. Oh, sorry, I was holding my breath because I was so worried.
I know. Just go on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Oh,
no. Jay.
I did my best. I didn't think I did anything wrong.
You didn't do anything wrong. I'm just so sad, but it's fine. It's fine. We have a check mark here.
Checkpoint.
Check mark.
Checkpoint. Mark check.
Mark check? Point check?
Do you remember hand checks?
No.
On the bus?
Excuse me?
Hand check? It was to make sure you didn't have your hand down someone's pants. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they never did that.
What kind of school did you go to?
A Christian one.
Yeah, nobody ever checked to make sure my hands weren't in my pants.
No, someone else's pants.
Nobody ever checked that either.
Well, maybe you would have turned out as a better person if they had.
I never had my hands in anyone's pants. Or my pants in anyone's hands.
Oh, no. Imagine there's like one of these that's broken and hanging it out and it'd just behead her.
That would be horrible.
Oh, this stuff again, of course. That's why I was talking about getting beheaded. Did I tell you one time I was on a roller coaster and I almost got beheaded?
Oh, yeah, you did tell me that story. You should tell it to them, though.
So,
weren't you with Nate?
Yeah, I was on a roller coaster at the state fair for Minnesota with Nate.
And you guys are super tall.
We were very tall. We're like 6'5". But they said we were fine. Like, we could go on it and we would be fine. So we did. And we went around a bend. And I'm not kidding. We were sitting flat on the seat. And a bar grazed our hair. Like, it pushed our hair up against the bar. And
that is so scary.
It was going so fast.
It could have easily scraped you.
Well, it would have beheaded us.
Yeah, it could have easily beheaded you or scraped the top of your head off.
Amanda's already inside and the door's sealed.
So now what?
There's a vent on the wall to the right of the cargo door. The fan's running. She's got the power on.
How will you get in?
One way or another.
Why in the world on the bus did they check to make sure your hands weren't in someone else's pants? Was there a lot of like child-on-child molestation in your Christian school?
No, it was like in like middle school and high school.
Why?
I mean, they didn't really do it much, later on, but yeah, it was to make sure nobody was diddling their friend on the bus.
What?
You guys didn't have sex in like ever? High schoolers didn't have sex in your school?
Nobody diddled on the bus.
Oh, yeah, actually they did. You just didn't notice. People put their hand down their girlfriend's pants on the bus and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I wouldn't know. I was single all through high school.
There you go. That's why. That's it.
I mean, I know people did it in the bathrooms and people would like... I heard some stories about some girls like going to the movies with their boyfriends and some of their friends and like sitting on their boyfriend's lap and like grinding on them.
Yeah, that's a thing they do, yeah.
And, like, some of the other girls would be like, ew, what's her face is a slut. She's so yucky.
But they did it, too.
Yeah, and they did it, too. I was like, whatever. And then, like, everyone at school dances would grind on each other. It was gross.
But... And the school didn't care?
No.
Huh.
I never really participated in anything like that, because,
Good little Christian girl.
I don't know. I guess I just, I had interest in boys and stuff, but they never really had an interest in me. So I didn't really date too many people in high school, or middle school. I mean, I did date people, it's just not very many. I only, like, kissed, like, 2 people before you, Mm-hmm. So, it's just, I didn't really care enough to want to do those sorts of things with anyone, because I just kind of I didn't want to, because if I didn't feel love for someone, then I didn't really want to show my body to them or give my body to them, if that makes sense. Which, like, it's totally fine if you want to, go out and have sex with somebody and just call it a day. But it's just, that's not something that I do.
I mean, it's fine. It's not illegal. It's there is actual psychological evidence that is not a good thing for forming attachments. Mm-hmm. I cannot figure out how to get up here.
I think you have to swing on the rope or something.
Yes,
over
I know.
Burning train.
But there is no way to get on the rope.
Oh, I'm not sure. But yeah, I just never really had too much of an interest with doing those sorts of things, especially not in a public setting with people. And I also had some pretty bad experiences with some people that I was with, which really turned me off from a lot of that stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I never really wanted to do any sexual things until I was with you. But, I mean, I'm allowed to say that because we're 2 married adults now, but...
Right, that's true. Also, I really don't know where to go. Like, I would assume it's not up here, because if it was, right, you wouldn't be able to destroy the only way to get back up there. Oh, I guess you can anyway, but...
Oh, there you go.
So if I get here, I can't... Maybe I can go here?
Oh, no. Let's see. I think you might be able to jump onto a ledge on that pillar.
Okay. Over here?
Yeah, on that pillar over there. No? Okay.
They really don't make parts of this game obvious at all. If you want to mess around with it a little bit, you certainly can, because I'm a bit at a loss, but I'm sure it's something simple I'm not seeing.
Sorry, I was just getting used to the controls again.
That's okay. I've been running around the same place for like 5 minutes.
Okay, so this one is grapple.
Yep. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, people can do whatever they want. I think that's where some people have like the a misunderstanding. Like, I don't think it's good to control how other people use their bodies or do whatever, but I do think that I think you're kind of an idiot if you ignore that there is like there is a connection between emotional connections and physical ones, like whether you like it or not. And the more you ignore that, the harder it is later on to form physical connections or emotional connections through a physical connection. It doesn't mean that you can't do it or that you're an awful person, but you could be self-sabotaging your own happiness depending on what makes you happy. If you're someone like, a lot of women do this actually, they will sleep around a lot when they're young, but then they find that when they get older, they are not as interested in one person, like they're not satisfied. Oh, you can pull it, nice. They're not satisfied sexually with one person because they're so used to getting, like a buffet. It'd be like if you went from well, no, like literally, it'd be like if you went from getting whatever you wanted and all you can eat buffet to eating cheeseburgers every day.
Yeah.
You'll like it for a while, but eventually you're kind of just like, I want something better. And then, men do this too. They'll cheat because they're just not satisfied with what they have and they want something new and exciting. And the reason I say it though about women is like men are kind of already used to seeing sex as just a physical thing a lot of times when they're younger, and men are very like programmed in a lot of ways to reproduce and stuff, spread their seed basically. But women usually are deeper thinkers. They want relationship faster than men, or like sooner in their life. And they've, there have been studies on it. A lot of people are very dissatisfied with the decisions they've made. Like here's a sad one, for example, and this is something Jordan Peterson talks about a lot, which a lot of people take out of context and get mad about.
Is Degenerate Jay alt-right because he likes Jordan Peterson?
I might as well be. Like, one of these days I'm just going to become alt-right because everybody says I am. And I'll spite you on it, and I'll actually be a racist. I'm just kidding.
No, that'd be awful. We're not actually.
Well, I'm thinking about... No, I'm just kidding. No, but one of the things he talked about, which is really interesting, and Ben Shapiro's actually talked about it too with business and people, especially women, is women are very pushed now to go into careers, and that's fine. If you're a career, you have to go higher, I guess. Okay, so if you hold Y and you push up, that's how you climb now. Yeah. I'm telling you because you forgot the controls.
No, thank you. That's why I was saying yeah. I was saying thank you as a yeah.
I thought you were saying I'm right all the time.
No.
But a lot of women are pushed into careers. Have you noticed that? Oh, hey, nice. That's a secret. Shoot that. Have you noticed how there's a push, like, you have to go to college? If you're a woman, you have to be a career woman. If you're a stay-at-home woman, you're, like, being taken advantage of. Press Y.
There you go.
But have you noticed that?
Yeah, I haven't noticed that, actually. It used to be a push for women to stay at home and take care of the kids and clean and cook all day, and now it's kind of a push for them to have to be like living up to some standard because in the past other women didn't get to, which like that's cool, like you can do that if you want to, but I don't think you should make anyone, sorry, I was trying to remember what button. I don't think you should try to make anyone feel like they have to be forced to do that, because personally I don't really have much of an interest in going to college. Maybe eventually when I'm older.
Jeez. Sorry. When I'm getting anxiety.
When I'm older, maybe, but I don't really want to at the age I am now. It just doesn't interest me, and it's way too much money.
And what I was gonna say with that is, though, that the push to do that has affected a lot of women negatively because they think they have to.
Yeah, and it affects their self-esteem if they don't do those things now.
Right, and they feel like other people look down on them a lot of times if they don't do those things. But the other thing, too, with it is, here's the question to you. Now, men know what I'm talking about, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but imagine you're a man and you're very successful, right? Imagine you're 40, you've worked your ass off, you're a very successful man in business or in whatever you're in. Let's say you make about $100,000 to $300,000 a year. That's saying you're really well off, but not a millionaire, right? That's kind of the American dream for men, is make a bunch of money and then start a family. For a lot of men, not everybody. Wow, nice. That must have felt good. That was the G-spot right there. That was the NVIDIA G-Sync, if you know what I'm talking about. But
God, why can't I get her up here?
For men, think about this. If you're a man and you're this successful and you're about 40, who are you going to want to marry? Are you going to want to marry the woman who is also 40 and just as successful and her looks are starting to fade, I'm sorry, because that happens to all of us. Or are you going to want to marry the dime piece 22-year-old woman who has enormous boobs, an insane butt, walks around in a freaking bikini in your living room and puts out whenever you want because you just buy her whatever she wants? You know what I mean? These guys that are really successful can get any woman they want because they're so successful, and that's how it works in nature and in, societies. If you have resources, it's easier to get a mate, no matter man or woman. But what's happened a lot with women is they get I don't think this is important. Wait. Oh, interesting. But basically,
Ooh, he died.
he did. Well, so what I'm saying is, though, that women have a different standard. Women want a man who's successful if they're a successful career woman. Most, not all. And this is the problem with talking about this stuff, is someone will say not all. Yeah, not all of anything. But in general, successful career women, CEOs, high-up business women, these people, they'll hit 30, 40, and they'll have dedicated a lot of their life to work in the workplace, and they'll now want a successful man. But that successful man doesn't want them. He wants the 20-year-old dime piece who can have his kid now, if he wants one. Because that's the other thing, too. You're 40. You're 35, you're 40. I'm not saying you're used up as a woman, but if that man wants to start a family now, with kids at this point in his life, he's 35, 40, 45. He's not going to go to a 35 or 40-year-old woman. He's going to go to someone young. He's going to have a lot of sex with them because it's awesome and feels good, and he likes them, and then he'll have a family.
A lot of people would kind of say what you're saying is misogynistic, but it's not entirely. It's just kind of what most people, what kind of people have preferences, and that there's nothing wrong with that. And you're kind of just saying what the general preference would be.
I also don't give a shit if someone calls me misogynistic. I married you.
Yeah, and I know you're not a misogynist.
And you are, younger than me, but not by a lot. And, that's an item down there that I think we could get. You keep stumbling on those on accident. My mistakes just kill me. You're just help us find items. But that's the thing, though, is, I'm just saying that a lot of these successful businessmen, you can call them misogynists if you want, but they don't give a shit. That's what they want.
There are girls like me who, want to be with a successful man who wants to take care of them and spoil them. I love you for your personality, but I also love you because you want to take care of me and spoil me, too. There's a lot of things that I love about you, and that's one of them.
And one of the things I love about you is you're willing to help me, with my dreams, and you don't prioritize yours over me, but you don't expect me to, not help you too. It's we help take care of each other, right?
Yeah.
And you're younger than me. We could have a family technically even over 10 years from now if we wanted, and it wouldn't be a problem. But what I'm saying, though, is not me. For me, for example, not to sound like the guy who, this guy has sex, but I have had a lot of women actually interested in me over the years. It might not seem like it because I'm a nerd, but because I work,
I can see it.
I work really hard. I take care of people around me. People think I'm a good friend, stuff like that. I've had a lot of women want me in that way. A couple of which I said no thanks to in terms of sex, just because I didn't like them that much.
There we go.
But, for me, it was I wanted that family dynamic earlier. I wanted a partner earlier, and I can still focus on my work, too.
Found the emergency power.
She came in through the main doors. I don't think she's been here. Looks like there's a generator on the other side of the room. She would have started it.
But yeah, all I was saying was that a lot of those men want that business first so that they then have the resources to get whatever they want when it comes to a mate, to a house, to cars, to pets, any of that. So they work themselves to death early on, and then have a bunch of stuff later on, and then that's why these guys are marrying 20-year-old girls. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Can you jump to that left thing, maybe?
It's just kind of what they wanted to do with their life, and there's not really anything wrong with that. It's just what they preferred.
But if you're a woman and you're expecting all of those men to want the same thing as you, I think that that's not going to happen because that's just not how it works. It's generally the people who have all the resources can find the mate they want. So if you're a woman and you're really successful in business and you want a young man who doesn't want to work, by the way, which is a thing, you can get that.
Yeah, pretty easy, actually.
And that's, not to be an ass, but that's what the men are doing, is they're getting the woman who doesn't need the career drive a lot of the times. So if you're a woman and you want that, that's not a problem, but the statistics show, and I don't mean to be like, source trust me, but you can look this up. The statistics with like polls and all this stuff of like, you know, women higher up in business of their desired mates, it's typically they want a successful man, not someone who just stays at home and does nothing.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a cutscene after this, so what I wanted to say was there are also definitely like men and women who both want somebody who works really hard and also want to work hard themselves. Those exist too, but we're just talking about like a good majority of people. Also, I'm going to pull this thing now and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a cutscene.
There better be. I want to see Amanda. I have some misogynist comments I need to get out about Amanda and her sweet goth ass. Oh, it's HAL 3000 or 2000 from the Space Odyssey.
Okay, I guess there wasn't too much of a cutscene, but I thought there was going to be.
Well, that's fine. I can get off this topic anyway before someone gets super triggered.
I was interested. I like what you have to say. I usually generally agree with you on that sort of thing, but I guess maybe that's just because I'm a little bit of an old-fashioned person. I definitely...
I guess it's cooling.
Hold on.
Who knows what kind of lethal crap the Soviets were using?
I'd rather not find out firsthand.
I love and encourage... Sorry,
Damn.
gosh. I love and encourage when women want to, you know, be hardworking and such. But personally, you know, I want to be hardworking and also not kind of feel like I'm wasting my life at some corporate job or something and be with somebody I love and have that kind of nice dynamic early on with, like, you know, having you and having a stable life for the most part with us, with you having a job, even if, you know, people would try to...
Unpredictable.
Yeah, even if it's unpredictable and people might try to say, oh, YouTube's not a real job, but to me it is. You know.
Also, anything you can... This is America. Like, not to be a dick, but this is capitalism. If you don't like it, you probably shouldn't be here. Not to say that you can't change things for the better, but this is our main thing. If you don't like that people can play a children's sports game and make $100 million a year, you know, with like baseball, or you don't like that LeBron James can go from being, you know, I don't like him, but can go from being more poor to being a, you know, multi-millionaire or billionaire, and you want people to basically stay in their lane, I guess, and just stay in corporate jobs because that's a real job. You don't like these things, art, YouTube, all this stuff. You're in the wrong place, because that's supposed to be the point of this, is that you make something out of yourself in the way you want to. And that's the same way I feel about women, you know, like, I mean, one, it's not my business what you do. If you're a man or a woman, if you want to sleep around with 500 people and you're not purposely spreading STDs or something, you know, and it's something that harmed people, I don't care. If you want to be a woman and you want to dedicate your entire life to your work, or you want to try and find a partner later, I don't care. I genuinely hope you're happy. But what I'm saying, all I'm saying, is there's a lot of people who have unrealistic expectations of what other people in the world want. And the sad thing is, like, me, yes, I have a job and I'm a nice person, but it I think, mostly, but it all comes down to, like, there's a lot of people who wouldn't want to be with me either because I am not super thin, you know, or like super muscular yet. You know, they would be like, that's not my preference. And does that hurt my feelings a little bit that there have been people who have said,
what
like...
What was I supposed to do there?
I don't know. I think you're supposed to jump backwards, maybe. Does that hurt, or has that hurt my feelings in the past? Sure, but, like, you can't fault people for their preferences unless they're, like, a pedophile.
Yeah,
that's just what you want.
That's hurt my feelings in the past, too. It's wrong when you're telling somebody Like, oh, you're too fat and ugly for me to want to be with you. That's wrong.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to have your preferences, because I have been told by people that I'm too fat and ugly for them.
I don't think that's
really
okay.
hurt me.
That's not okay, but I don't think you need to tell people that. I think you just need to say, like, hey, by the way, this electricity, this is made of metal, you'd still die touching this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like, yeah, metal would conduct the electricity completely. Or can you drop and grab a ledge?
I don't know.
Oh, you did it. I do think it's okay for people to have their preferences and just say, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm not interested. You don't need to go there. You don't need to say, I don't like people with glasses, or I don't like blondes, or I don't like you because you're too thin or too heavy. You don't need to do that. That is unnecessary.
And mean.
Explanation that is unneeded. Just say, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm not interested. It'll hurt them, but they'll get over it. Whereas, like, well, you're a fucking freak. It's like, well, and people don't get over that. That's mean. Yeah, I don't think you need to do that. But just like, anyone can have their preferences, unless, again, they're like a pedophile or something, illegal, or like, sleeping with animals or something gross. So can all these other people that they want to put in boxes.
Hey, that's her.
Amanda?
Damn it, Laura, I'm busy.
I see you've changed your look. That was you in Bolivia then, with Rutland.
I've been all over, and I'm going to places you can't conceive of. You're the one being left behind this time. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Amanda. If I'd known that you were alive, I swear I would have done everything I could to save you.
Please. I got over that a long time ago. You know what really used to bug me, though? When I got out and saw that you left without even trying to... What is it archaeologists do? Oh, right. Dig.
We'd thought of it as a memorial.
Whatever. Don't let her follow me.
Check out the big gun thing. How spaced out is that? Maybe it'll help you.
You want to play now?
Sure.
She sounds better. Also, gosh, I was going to say something.
Press G to pull.
Did you see that?
Yeah, getting crazy interference on the video, too. I'd say what we have here is one of Nikolai Tesla's toroidal coil guns. Except that would be impossible.
You may be right. It doesn't seem to work very well.
Well, they theoretically need a lot of power, like from that Tesla tower across the way. If you could get that Tesla tower fired up, wow, I never thought I'd get to say that.
We might be able to bridge the gap somehow.
Is this gonna open then?
I don't know. But, yeah.
Tesla tower.
What you were saying before about the thing, like, not calling someone a freak or something just because you're not interested in them. I have a really sad story, actually. I was pretty young. I was in, drama class, and there was a boy I had a crush on, and I wanted to tell him I liked him, and I went up to him, and I was gonna be like, hey, I really like you, and I was, like, a kid, and before I could even get the words out, he was like, no, you're a freak and creepy, and I don't like you, and you're gross, and leave me alone, and it made me so sad that I never talked to him again, and I never really, kind of told anyone that I had a crush on them ever again, for the most part.
I'm sorry. That is really sad. I don't think you ever told me that one.
Yeah, it really, really hurt me for a long time, and I was just like, 12 or 13 then, it was the first time I ever really liked a guy, and I thought he was nice to me, and I thought we were friends, but he ended up being really mean to me, and it really hurt my feelings. And, that's the kind of thing where you have to think about what your actions mean to someone, and how that it can affect them years from now. I've probably said something mean to someone that's affected them years from now, and I am truly, deeply sorry if I have ever done that to anyone,
I'm not. I think it's funny. I hope you suffer. Whoever it is, I hope you... No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it is sad. There was a few people I wasn't super nice to in high school. However, I see it this way. I'm sure that some of those people still don't like me now, right, for that. Mm-hmm. But there were people that were genuinely not nice to me in high school, too. And, they're not the same person anymore. You know, it's at some level you have to also let that stuff go. And I figured, not to sound like a dick, but if I can let it go, I think whoever I was not nice to probably should too. Just because that's the best way to move on. But yeah, it sucks. Kids are just mean to each other too. You know, like, just a lot of kids they have a very hard time, and this is a weird. Oh, I don't know if I was really supposed to go here. What's that?
Up here either. They funneled Tesla energy into the artifact, and there was an enormous discharge of some sort. The KGB shut down the operation, removed the core, sealed off the lab in sections, and left behind those scientists who weren't.
He's lucky he didn't turn into Mr. Freeze.
Peculiar turn of events.
Your feet stinky.
Sorry. Should I move my feet?